Assalamu alaikum on the news this evening. 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Nigerian Army donates to Al-Majri schools in Gusau. Federal governments to modernize livestock production nationwide as construction of livestock center takes off in Sokoto. Plus, as Hamatan intensifies, people in Gusau resort to taking precautionary measures against harsh weather. Assalamu alaikum, a very good evening and welcome to NTA Gusau News. Today being Monday, the 22nd of Rajab 1447 after Hijrah, which is equivalent to the 12th of January 2026. I am Halir Muhammad Umar with the full text of the bulletin saying thank you for joining us. The Nigerian Army has recorded significant gains in its going operations against banditry in Zamfara State, with criminal activities along major routes now reduced to the barest minimum. The commander of 1 Brigade Nigerian Army, Gusau, Brigadier General Mustafa Jimo, disclosed this on the sidelines of the 1 Brigade Combined West African Social Activities WASA 2025 held at the Nigerian Army cantonment in Gusau. Our correspondent Bello Sani reports.
The West African Social Activities WASA is an annual Nigerian Army tradition aimed at celebrating cultural heritage, rewarding excellence, and sustaining the bond between the military and the society it serves. The colorful ceremony brought together senior military officers, soldiers, their families, and other invited guests. Speaking at the event, the Commander 1 Brigade Brigadier General Mustafa Jimo described WASA as a vital annual tradition of the Nigerian Army designed to foster camaraderie, esprit de corps, and cultural integration among troops after a year of demanding operations. He commended officers and men of the brigade for their dedication, resilience, and professionalism in the discharge of their constitutional duties, particularly in maintaining peace and security within the brigade's area of responsibility.
The terrorist activities and banditry in Zamfara State have reduced to the nearest minimum. As you can all witness, that you can all travel from Futua to Gusau, Gusau to Sokoto without any threat. And we shall continue to do our best to see that we come to the end of these terrorist activities, not only in the Zamfara State, but all in northwest and other parts of the country.
In his remarks, Governor Dauda Lawal, represented by Commissioner Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, Lawal Barobungudu, expressed appreciation to officers and soldiers of 1 Brigade operating under Operation Pansayama for their continued sacrifices and commitment to restoring peace and security across Zamfara State, assuring them that their gallantry remains deeply valued by the government and people of the state.
The government and people of Zamfara State don't take this effort for granted. I remain grateful for your gallantry and dedication.
Highlights of the event include cultural dances from various ethnic groups, music performance, tug-of-war competitions, and the presence of awards to outstanding personnel. In Gusau, Bello Sani Marad, NTA News.
No fewer than 1,000 students of Quranic schools in Gusau benefited from clothes and shoes, courtesy of the Nigerian Army. The humanitarian gesture forms part of the brigade's commitment to community service and civil-military cooperation. Again, correspondent Bello Sani reports.
As part of activities marking the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, the 1 Brigade of the Nigerian Army Gusau has donated clothes and shoes to Quranic school students in Gusau. The selected schools are Darul Qadriya, Al-Usaimin, Asibitin Shagari area, Rabia Quranic School, Sadiq Sadiq Islamiyya, Gadar Vaga area, Dalla Dalla Islamiyya, Nurul Islam, and Sarkin Sharifai School. Presenting the items to the beneficiaries, the Commander 1 Brigade Nigerian Army Gusau, represented by the Chief Imam of the Brigade, Major M. Halilu, said the gesture was in line with activities marking Armed Forces Remembrance Day and aimed at supporting vulnerable children whilst retaining relations between the military and the host community. He explained that beyond remembering fallen heroes, the Nigerian Army remains committed to humanitarian humanitarian services and the welfare of civilians, especially the less privileged. Some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the Nigerian Army for the kind gesture, describing it as timely and impactful. The event concluded with prayers for departed military personnel and renewed calls for peaceful coexistence among residents. In Gusau, Bello Sani Maradun, NTA News.
The federal and Sokoto state governments, in collaboration with development partners, have commenced construction of a livestock service center in Huchi, Wamako local government area. The initiative is designed to modernize livestock production, boost security, create employment opportunities, and stimulate economic growth. Aliyu Muhammad Kawaye reports.
The new Livestock Service Center is a key intervention under the World Bank Assisted Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support (LPRESS) project. Performing the foundation stone laying, the Minister of Livestock Development, Dr. Idi Mukhtar Maiha, reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to unlocking Nigeria's livestock potential for sustaining peace and development.
Improve incomes for livestock producers and strengthen linkages between livestock producers, processors, and markets. Importantly, Your Excellencies, it will contribute to improve animal health, food security, and environmental sustainability.
Governor Ahmed Aliyu stated that the center is designed to address livestock losses, rural poverty, and insecurity linked to unregulated livestock practices. The governor noted that the facility will introduce modern feedlots, support pasture development, and ease the pressure on often grazing on farmlands.
We must support our rural populace economically by providing a structural livelihoods, a modern system that protects people's assets and minimizes conflicts. It is in this context that the Livestock Service Center becomes absolutely necessary.
National Coordinator LPRESS Dr. Sanusi Abubakar assured full support from the National Coordination Office to guarantee the project's successful implementation.
It's a conglomerate of livestock activities that will be linked with market linkage and with all the beneficiaries around this area and Sokoto as a whole.
The Commissioner of Livestock Development, Bello Muhammad Wamako, highlighted Sokoto State Government's investment in routine vaccination programs and other measures to reduce farmer-herder conflicts. Similar projects are being executed in some of the 20 participating states nationwide, expected to enhance food security, improve animal health, and strengthen the nation's economy. In Sokoto, Ali Muhammad Kawai, NTA News.
Parents and guardians in the state have been called upon to send their wards back to school as the second term for the 2025-2026 academic session commences. Some school principals and head teachers made the call while commenting on the school resumption after the first term break. Correspondent Muhammad Abubakar reports.
Other schools in the State resumed for 2025-2026 second-term academic calendar. NTA News observed that over 50% of students turn up in some school in Gusau, the state capital. Mala Hamisa Aliyu, a principal in one of the secondary schools in Gusau, maintained that school environmental sanitation and review of last-term examination questions are some of the activities for the first day of resumption.
Alhamdulillah, if you go around, you witness the turn-off of the students and the staff. Almost the student and the staff, more than 60% were around.
While Shafi'u Musa Buhari, assistant head teacher of one of the primary schools visited, explained that at the beginning of the term, physical health practices are some of the activities of the students to keep them warm because of the weather, while preparing for terminal scheme of work by the teachers.
The turnout is a little bit due to the condition of the weather and the information received by the pupils. Most of them has already come.
Hajia Hawa Muhammad Mafaru is the principal in Gamman Girls Secondary School. She stated that over 70% of staff and students have so far resumed to school for second-term academic activities.
Each and every student come back from holiday today. The school resumed successfully and all the school students are fully resumed.
Most public schools resume. Some private schools are yet to commence the 2025-2026 second-term session. In Gusau, Muhammad Abakar, NTA News.
As the Harmattan season continues to flow, people are taking precautionary measures against the cold to keep their body warm and healthy at all times. Correspondent Umar Adamudinawa, who sampled people's opinion on winter and summer season, tells us more.
Harmattan is a dry and dusty wind period that blows from the Sahara Desert in West Africa, which consists cooler temperature and poor air quality. The season, which usually occurs between December to February, requires people to take protection, as it is characterized by hot wind in some areas and cold in others. NTA News observed people in the market, on the street, and other public places wearing different kinds of garments that suit the weather to avoid illnesses like cold, cough, and catarrh, which are common during the Harmattan period. While making a comparative analysis, some people interviewed expressed their preferences on the summer period over the winter season due to many reasons. Medical experts have, however, advised the public to minimize the impact of the Harmattan weather through regular intake of water, avoiding dust, taking proper care of their skin, and wearing warm clothes. In Gusau, Umar Adamudinawa, NTA News.
And that report on Harmattan concludes NTA Gusau News tonight. Thank you for watching and have a blessed night. Wassalamu alaikum.